Today I've collected some of my favourite user suggestions in a suggestions channel on the PTFS official Discord. These are my favourite ones that I've found, and I think these should be added. If you're watching this, add these please. Starting off with, add the Boeing 717. I think this would be really good because that will complete the Boeing family with going from 707 up to 787 for now, if they ever make a 797. But adding a 717 would definitely be really good. It's had a lot of airlines over the years and it's still being flown, but sadly it is being retired as of, I think, December next year with the final airline Delta. Qantas has just recently retired it, and Hawaiian is going to be retiring it by 2025. So that's quite sad, but let's get on to the next one. Okay, now this one is by me, if you can tell. This was a while ago, back in January of this year, but it is saying, add a cargo update that adds cargo doors that can open on all cargo planes, and add a cargo lift to lift cargo onto the planes, as pictured here, and add some proper cargo to put into planes, like cars or plane fuselages for the AN225. I think this would be an amazing update. Definitely not biased because I requested it myself, or suggested it myself, but it'd actually be quite helpful for roleplay and just overall how the game runs, because that would mean you can actually fly cargo around, and it could mean actually adding extra missions to the game, like shipping or flying cargo from, say, Perth to Greater Rockford. Just hang on a second. Before we move on to the next one, I just want to tell you to subscribe. If you cannot tell, I've just recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you all for subscribing if you did. And if you haven't, come on subscribe, because only 2.7% of you are subscribed, which is quite sad. Well, let's get on to the next one. Okay, now this is one I'm very fond of. Definitely not because I'm Australian, and Jetstar is Australian airline. But to add Jetstar Airways, especially with the 787 remodel that's happening at the moment. But all the planes listed here really would only need to add the A320 and 787, because the A321, A321 Neo and A320 Neo are all kind of come under A320, so they can all kind of just be the one plane. Now, add the Cirrus SR22. This would be amazing. There's not many general aviation aircraft other than Cessnas in the game, so it'd be good to have some variety. This is obviously a good all-rounder. It's a good controlling plane, it's a good speed, it's good everything basically. Add Changi International Airport. Now this is the international airport in Singapore. It's an amazing airport. It's very futuristic, and on the inside and outside it looks amazing. The only downside is it'd probably be quite hard to implement into PTFS, also with the part numbers being quite high. Now, adding a new large island with some international airports and some regional ones, that would be quite good. And the international airport could have 2 or 3 runways, and the other like St Martin, which is a airport where planes come and approach over the beach, which is quite cool. And also adding a new civilian boat. Now this is quite cool. This does also tie into the next one, which is adding a new island. But this user has actually drawn the island. But this is a map of Qatar Island, an island located between Perth and Israeloni on the south. It only has one airport on its northwest, and it can be optional to add a smaller regional airport on the south. This is not a replacement of a current island in PTFS, which is good, and just adding an extra one, which honestly be quite nice to have extra airports and islands. But it feels like if we do add too many, then it will feel quite cramped and too many places to go. But then also there's games like Aeronautica, which has hundreds of airports and little islands to go to, so this would be an amazing addition. This is just a little honourable mention, which is add the Emirates NBA livery to the A380 for Emirates. This is a special livery that was recently announced by Emirates. It's a collaboration with the NBA, so it's basically just NBA on the Emirates A380. A sensitivity bar for mobile would be amazing because, as this user says, it's quite difficult to control planes on landing and just flying in general. It'd be much nicer to have it to your own sensitivity, fly how you like. This is the last one, probably the best one. It is add a toggleable full-size draggable map, which is quite amazing, dragging the map around, with optional to toggle overlay on both full-size and mini-map, with waypoints, which would be nice, also appearing in-game when you're flying, VORs and airspaces according to Easy Dubs and Tico's maps. Also potentially either allow toggle to highlight runways or allow overlaying scaled airport charts when zoomed in enough. That is it. If you did enjoy and agreed with me on some of these, please do consider subscribing and liking. That will be all for this video. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.